Good evening again, folks. We want to welcome you to my Lutheran Connections. This is the platform we discuss all things Lutheran and we secure the facts beyond emotions. Today with us, we have again in studio our Lord Bishop, the Right Reverend Dr. G. Victor Patmo. He is the Bishop of the Lutheran Church in Liberia. Today again with us, we have our co-host, Brother Josiah Joker, down in Dansbury, Connecticut. Uh, Also, the ambassador, Jerry B. Tablo, is there in Freetown, Sierra Leone. Our sister, Couple Silly, will be joining us very shortly. We are pleased to announce that she's doing well. She will be joining us today. Our brother Batam Ibe Leweli will also be joining us very shortly, as well as the Reverend Zesta Leader Jakpaswa. But not to waste much time, we are going to go strictly up to Connecticut, where our brother Josiah Jokai is seated pretty tight, and he's going to lead our show today. And Bishop, we want to say welcome.
Thank you very much, Willie. Today is Bishop Hour. The Bishop Hour comes on the last Sunday of each month, and we are happy to realize this commitment. Bishop, it's really an honor to have you sit with us again today to do a rundown of everything that has happened during the course of the period since you last appeared. Lutherans are all out there eager to listen to you, to hear what has been happening, the activities of the leadership. So we are indeed happy to have you on today. So welcome to the show. Not to waste time, Bishop, we will ask you to just do a rundown of all the happenings in the LCL since your last appearance last month. It's over to you.
Thank you, and thank you to everyone. Good evening to everyone. I hope I'm able to say everything that happened, but I want to state to you some major things that have happened. And I think that we should be saying over to let people know what has happened. But yes, it has been a very tedious time, but also a rewarding time. We have entered into several activities over the period since we last met. And one of those has been uh, I attended several conventions, private conventions, and majorly we were able to attend the turning over ceremony at Phoebe Hospital. As some of you may be aware now that the former medical director, Dr. Jefferson Sibley, retired, and so he was turned. The hospital administration was turned over to Dr. Mini Sangaro Risk. It was a very colorful occasion, even though Dr. Sibley has retired, but he's going to have 3 months to sit in with Dr. Risk to put some bits and pieces together, meet up with some of the challenges and difficulties that will be present right now. So that happened some part of this month. But we pray that Dr. Risk, who is taking over, also in difficult times, that some of us will also find a way through. Over the period of time, we all are aware that at the last executive council meeting, the administration was instructed to take the case to court, the theft and forgery case, and also to engage or do an audit, whether forensic or what. So that case is sent to court already, and we are trying to raise some little money to be able to pursue the case as we have been requested by the legal authority. For the audit, the process is now in place trying to vet out what auditing firm we could use to do the audit on the LCL assets. That is ongoing. Likewise, the case code is also ongoing. As you, I may have said that sometimes ago, probably, we were trying to get into a negotiation with a group of people. Are you there? You getting me?
Yes, Bishop, very well, very loud and
We
clear.
are hearing you.
Okay, we have been trying to have a negotiation with a group called Green Gold. I mean, one time we posted on the internet. Somebody saw it. I heard you were talking about it. But Gringo is this organization that is going to be doing some agriculture programs at LTI. Um, Part of the training would be to even train the student how to make charcoal out of chemical waste, dyes, all that kind of thing. And they will also be doing some animal racing. So we're going to be producing some animal feeds through planting corns and other things. Um, Over the week, last week, we entered into a understanding, memorandum of understanding and agreement. And so over the weekend, Friday, Thursday, and Friday, there was a team from LDS and Gringo that visited LTI to see whether this project can become a reality. And then we will start and sign a real MOU with what it will cost them and what will LCR benefit, what will LTI benefit. And so they did that trip to LTI. Tomorrow, this will be reporting to me. And I catch up and talk to the man of Gringo and to just find out whether they were satisfied with what they saw and that we could enter into that MOU, that negotiation where they can be at LTI teaching our young people, but also at the same time coming up with some workable and reasonable project at LTI that can get LTI also a facelift. And he answered me, yes, we are on course. So we are hopeful that upon their return, we will sit down and discuss and finalize what would it be in an MOU, what would they contribute, what will we contribute, what will we get, what would they get. But I know part of what we're getting is that we have tutoring of students who will enter the LTI school. So that was done over the week. We also have entered into some MOUs with a group of telephone company, a telephone company that wants to have some program with us called Telecell. So they are erecting a tower into what we call Tower Hill, and then we'll finalize our agreement and we'll let you know what it is. But it's moving on. We're going to have some benefits. Our office will be. I think I'm tired buying scratch card and putting in my phone just to get on the internet, all kind of thing. Part of the benefit we're going to have from that company will be they will provide the administrative office with internet services and then pay some little tuition, some little fees as we complete the negotiation. Last and not basically least, but one of those things that is happening right now, as you all are aware, Josiah, the accreditation of the Lutheran University is high. So over the week, since we had the documentation compiled and then they are trying to do the editing, we have been also been doing the renovation of some key buildings on the compound. Today I was told that the first building is already roofed and it's awaiting zinc. The second building will begin de-roofing it day after tomorrow or Wednesday the latest, and to make some changes into it and make some little work out on several other buildings on the compound of Total Lutheran Mission that we can use to host the university. Just when I was trying to find this the link for this show this evening, I saw that the committee have sent to me documents that they have compiled so that I will get to you. Like I said to you, you must have spoke by tomorrow. I can see if I can call you so the guy can come and see me. So we can have a review of those documents and see whether it can be signed or submitted for onward accreditation by the High Commission. Well, but those are some of the major things, except one, which is not, it's important. We had a very unfortunate situation yesterday, there was a container leaving from it was 40-foot container that fell on Bagot Hill. And then while in the process of trying to move it, Friday night, another truck from Guinea, well loaded with Guinea commodities, ran into that truck and burst up into fire. I was there today. The whole full 40-foot container burned to ashes with almost all of its components in that container. As I speak to you right now, fire is still in the truck. Very unfortunate. There are a whole lot of hospitals in this country that have things on our container. But so far, that's the most urgent things that have happened here over the time, and we hope and pray that we can move forward. And we thank the global help, but this is the unfortunate situation that we have right now. Basically, questions and answers will bring some things to mind, but these are the basic things that I have taken track of, and just to let you know.
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you for the update thus far. I'm sure the viewers appreciate it, and those who will watch the recording after the show. You ran through so many things. You talk about the theft and forgery case. Well, we're glad to know that the case is active, and the process is ongoing. The litigation is ongoing. That the audit is going to take place, and you are now vetting companies to identify the firm that's going to do the audit. That's very good. You talk about Grego, the agriculture program that's supposed to happen at LTR, and you talk about Telecell, the new initiative of the church. But let me ask this question that's lingering on the minds of almost everybody. So is the assets verification going to go alongside with the financial audit? Are you still going to do the asset verification? Because our understanding is
we are anticipating to do that. We are anticipating to do that because the financial audit may not do verification or do some recovery on what we have as assets. All of our assets is not just finance. Some of them are far in country. And I'm sure the verification team will take time to get into country and find those things. Also, yes, we are going to still do that. As soon as we are a little bit financially potent, we're going to make sure the verification team will go into the parishes and the other places, institutions, and see what and what. That I know will be a little bit slower, but we'll still do.
So that means the verification teams OR has been adjusted to verifying assets only, the physical assets only, and the audit will be strictly focused on financial audit, correct?
We are trying as hard as possible so we don't duplicate things.
Okay.
Right? So if the audit will adequately address the financial issue, then we don't think there will be a need for the verification team to venture into that. There are a lot of things that they still have to do with assets of this physical assets of this church besides financial. So, but we look into that possibility.
Wonderful. I will now turn over to my colleague, Ambassador, who we have a round of questioning. Thank you, Bishop.
Thank you so much, Josiah. And I want to say a very big thank you to Bishop. Every time and anytime we get Bishop to come on his hour, there are a lot of new information and a lot of improvement. That is to say that the quality of work is improving, and hopefully we might soon reach optimal level. Bishop, the last Sunday we had Brother Alexander Gago on our show. And he said that the transitional committee is still intact, operating, and is just in full swing. Can you confirm that, sir?
Yeah, what is really happening in the sense of transition? No, they are not doing transitional work, but I'm still using them as some consultative group that I can talk to in case of some little difficulties. Yes, in that case, I'm still consulting them.
So, Bishop, the question still remains: if the transitional team is not like in the transition team, what has been the new TOR?
I just told you that right now, and this new administration with some difficulties, I still need people to relate to. So we are not doing transition right now. Even though we are still trying to follow up those things that were given, but within the verification committee will do that. But I'm still consulting them in terms of some things that I think I don't easily find my way on. We sit and then we brainstorm about things together.
All right, that's great. So the are there to consult you. So almost like your kitchen cabinet or
Something like
your
that.
yeah. All right. So at least then we understand that you are. Um, sometimes we got to come from the known before reaching to the unknown, and so before we start to take a deeper dive into the issue of the verification and asset committee, working along with the audit committee as Joe started the questioning. It is good that we clear some air before we proceed to the substantive on that issue. That committee you're working with that should be consulting you now was the committee that was put together for the transition on your side, and they are consulting with you. Apparently, the chair of that committee, I stand to be corrected if he's not the chair, but the chair of that committee, who happens to be the same brother Gago, has no information about your residence. Can you tell us what is the status of your residence?
Good. Let me say one thing to you, and I'll be frank about this. I agree that I have availed myself to this media, to this show, to inform the Lutheran Church. Even in the narrative of this program, I will not address some of those things that people are getting there and saying all kind of things. I will hold on to the issue of the residents. What is happening, I have to report that to the executive council if I can say it to anybody. So I'm holding on to that. I don't want, and I want to be frank about that, anyone to think that they're going to use your platform as a pressure plate for me. I am prepared, and I will tell you everything I need to tell you for this church for people to know. But there are some things that I have to first say to the executive council before I can get back to you on this platform. That's one of them. I hold on to that. There's a process. There's a planning process concerning the resident. I must get executive council approval, and I will get it up to the public in a much more proper manner and a due time. And that's what I want to say about that.
Okay, Bishop, thank you. That is fair enough, and I think your response is very succinct and very understandable. And I just also want to say that in no way that this platform will be used as such, characterization, because we are just helping to ensure that we propagate everything and all things Lutheran, but not to pressure anybody. Maybe my
No,
last
but
question.
yes, Jerry,
Yes, Bishop.
Jerry, it may not be you on this platform. I'm following the narrative of this platform, and I'm accountable to you as a church. But I want people to understand, even what I'm doing it out of the gesture that I want to have the church informed, and so nobody should be thinking that they're going to push me on the wall. The resident you're talking about, there's something that is in process about it, and as soon as I have it completed, I can tell you what I'm going through, right? I will surely inform you about what is about the resident. I know Monrovia District raised more money in a few days, so people on the platform and writing all kind of little things that I don't understand, but I can assure you that you will get a full detail of what the resident status is in a very short time.
Thank you so much, Bishop. We appreciate that for availing yourself, and we always appreciate that. Maybe my last round of question on this end, Bishop, is now coming to the issue of the verification and the audit, as Joe started questioning you on that. Can you share light on the how far we are? I know you are saying that you are still vetting firms, but in terms of vetting the whole process, can you tell me how far you are in the vetting process for the firm, the auditing firm?
Yes, we could. The board of trust finance and trustees of the Lutheran Church, the administration submitted several auditing firms to them. Yesterday, no, day before yesterday, Friday, they met on that, and then they will make a report to me by tomorrow or so. I hope that we all know that this thing costs money. So when we do that, when they present a list to me, we're going to contact those who have been highlighted to give us their quotation, and then we'll get back to the Lutheran Church and tell them what the quotations are. Even like I was saying earlier concerning the case in court, even the legal people have asked us to pay some little amount, not less than $1,000, to follow up the case. We are still finding a way to raise that money. We are hoping that we can find it. Other than that, the case may turn its back to us. But those are some of the sticky things. So when we're sitting and saying that we want an audit, we want a case court case, we should be knowing that LCL under my hand is completely empty. So we got to make the sacrifice, all of us, to make sure these things we want to see happen. Right now, Councillor Bobby, how you got it? Bobby who? Bobby Livingstone is trying to help out with other councillors, legal people, to pursue the case. Finance will be the one that will hold us. Just let the audit. But I'm sure before the week is out, we have selected an auditing firm based on what quotation they're going to give us. Right now, I'm waiting for the submission of the names so that we can contact. We got 5, so I think we can, make some selections among the numbers and see if we can contact few and see what their quotations would be like. And then we'll get it back to the church to understand this is how far we're going.
Thank you very much, Bishop. I appreciate your time with us and answering a few rounds of questions. Joe, it's back to you.
Thank you very much, folks. You are tuned to my Lutheran Connections online TV. Today is Bishop Hour, and we are so happy to have the Bishop with us in our company. We will take a short break, and then when we come back, we will continue with our round of questioning. Willie, is over to you. Indeed, after many years of struggle, Jehovah has done it again. So the question is, what is it that he has done this time? This time is the International African Lutheran Conference coming to Liberia. What a great news! African Lutheran from all walks of life across Africa, the United States, Canada, they will all be converging in Monrovia from April 22nd to 27th, 2023. It's going to be a great opportunity of immersive learning and sharing to strengthen our Lutheran faith. You can't afford to miss it. You haven't bought your ticket yet? Just contact the African desks at the Evangelical Lutheran Church of America. By the way, this conference is jointly hosted by the Evangelical Lutheran Church of America and the Lutheran Church in Liberia. You can't afford to miss it. If you don't have any information about this conference yet, you can contact us, My Lutheran Connections Online TV. Talk to Jerry, Josiah, Reverend Yapazua, Willie Cowboy, or Sis Couple, or even Brother Abel Liawali, and they will help you to get registered. It's My Lutheran Connections Online TV in collaboration with the Planning Committee of the International African Lutheran Conference coming to Liberia, and is happening from April 22nd to 27th, 2023. I see you there. Okay, folks, there you have it. The International African Lutheran Conference is coming to Liberia. What an honor, what a blessing for us. The Lutheran Church in Liberia historically is the second International African Lutheran Conference, and it's coming to Liberia, West Africa. You can't afford to miss it. Thank you, Willie, for sharing that. So at this time, we'll go over to Willie. Willie has a round of questioning, and Willie, it's over to you.
Oh, thank you very much, Brother Chokai. And Bishop, again, I want to say thank you and thank you for joining us today. To our viewers, before we go to the next round of questioning, I just want to inform you that we will be displaying the numbers to call very shortly. So we just want to take care of a few, you know, activities in studios. Then we will display the numbers. So please be patient with us a little bit. Bishop, again, I want to say thank you. I have a few questions here. One has to do with our two brothers, Brother Michelle Topa and Brother Otemio Osamio. Are they still in the employ of the Lutheran Church in Liberia?
We were advised. Okay. Go ahead.
Yes.
That's the next one.
Oh no. So my question is, are they still in our employ? And if they are they still handling financial activities of our church? That's my first question.
From the day they admitted to me that they have been doing what they did, the forgery and the theft, we turned them over to the police. We were advised by our legal team to write in suspension letter, meaning that they were not going to be working. And since that day, not only that they're working, they have never even entered, knowing it to me, the compound of the Lutheran Church in Liberia until the case is over.
Thank you very, very much, Bishop. Thank you so much. So I have few other questions here, and they are all about updates. Okay. If you can please update the church on the orange seeding project. And also the last time you were here, you talked about the renovation work for the Lutheran University campus at Todota. So if you can provide update on how far we are.
Willie, Bishop will not provide update on that. Willie, I send you the pictures. Bishop just send me pictures about where the renovation work is.
I can still say something to
no,
you.
I mean he can say something. Me, I was looking at with the work the young people. I try to want to showcase the work of the young people, what they are doing to help in this process. That's the
well. I'm still. Let me say this to you. I know it is. Willie. My young people are still gathering what they were gathered to give it to me. You know, it's not just quite easy, but we have been able to find small funding somewhere to as a credit. And like I said to you, the old church in Totota will be renovated. And so we have already, I just sent a photo of that. I was in Totota today. I went to Totota today for service. And I sent the picture. We have already done that house. It's just remaining the zinc to put on it. By next week, the house that is targeted to be the office, the central office administration, we begin de-roofing it. And I spoke with Aliyah about 2 nights ago. They're going to send me some money. The minute I get that money, I'm going to make sure those 2 buildings are renovated along with another one, so that we can start our process. But we already started. Right now, if I've gotten like about 15 or 20 bottles of zinc, I will roof the church and then wait to see the other. But I was into the I even put in for some wood. I'm hoping that the young people who have pledged to give us wood will turn over to me some money, because I need another little less than 64,000 right now to get some wood to begin the other project on the next house. So yes, we are going. Then you talk about the orange seeding. Orange doesn't grow like collard green, will it? So what we did, we put an orange on nursery in 2 places. Of course, you know, some of these seedlings were imported from outside. So most of them were not vibrant. Some of them grew. They are still coming up. I like what the people in Totota are doing. What they did is that there's a lady in Totota who has been growing her own orange farm. So what she did, I was just in the church today, she went and brought us about 3 pine cones. You know Liberian pine cone, right?
Yeah.
Filled with additional orange seeds to augment those that did not grow from the one that was imported to us. This coming Thursday, they are meeting to replant that. So that is ongoing. If you put orange on nursery, maybe it takes you about 2 years or so before you can transplant. It's not like I said, color green. But we are also doing other things. Well, the other parishes are now planting orange. We are encouraging them to put palm on nursery, which most of the parishes have done, even up in Lofa, up to Konya, even up to Bele, and so on and so forth. Let me show my picture. I told Willie, I'm working. You don't want to hear that. What do you see it?
Bishop will show the pictures. Will you please show the pictures? That's progress. That's progress. Will you please show the pictures?
No, that's progress. We want to show it. We want to highlight it, Bishop.
So
Right.
Yeah.
that church there is already roofed, just waiting for the zinc to go on it.
Right.
We are done with that. We will start on the administrative building next week.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, but that's how I can say to you about those two.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bishop. Thank you. Yeah, I will stop for now because we have our viewers too, and they are also eager to ask some questions. So I will stop for now and go to Brother Josiah.
Thank you very much. Well, I thought you were just going to continue with that line of questioning. I mean, it's just flowing. I'm enjoying it. Your questions were so powerful with it. I hope you can cue some of them. Later on, we'll come back to you, Willie. And Ambassador there, I know you got some more questions.
Why making Willie to feel that you say he want to Congo me? Why you making Willie to feel good at
that? Bishop, don't mind. I'm setting him up, Bishop. The man is an acolyte.
But when I beat you,
once an acolyte, always an acolyte. So
I know which question to ask. I'm an acolyte.
Okay, folks, you are tuned to my Lutheran Connections Online TV. Here we educate, we inform, we entertain. And we do all of those things without emotions. That's why this platform is your greatest platform. We come to you every Sunday about this time. We are having Bishop Patmo with us today. We are so blessed. The Bishop is always in our company the last Sunday of every month, bringing you information about the workings of the leadership of the church. And like we said, this is a great phenomenon. We haven't had this experience in the church before. Bishop sitting and people asking him, and he's accountable to them. So, let's relish it, let's enjoy it, and let's protect it equally. So at this time, we will take a break, this time not for an ad, but to hear from you, our viewers. You have your questions, your comments, and your concerns. So we will go to Willie. Willie will put those questions up. We will read those questions. Or Bishop, if you can see those questions from your end, no need to read them. You can just take note of them. We will keep them up momentarily, and then you can note them, and then we come back to you for responses.
Thank you very much. So quickly, I just want to, say welcome again to everybody. We want to welcome our brother. He doesn't have a question, but we're just going to recognize him, and then we will flag the questions. Our brother G. Victor Johnson. Our brother Zizi Robert. Zizi Robert is joining us from Cancun, Mexico. We want to welcome you. Our sister Favor Man from St. Matthew's Lutheran Church. Our sister Marlon Molbert. She's there in Rhode Island. We want to say thank you. Our brother Faith, Hope, and Love. He joined us from Fremata. We will get back to you, brother Zizi, with your question. You say, okay, yeah, we have. He has a question, and also my junior brother Emmanuel Small Cowboy. Want to welcome you. Want to welcome brother Jerome Jala. Okay, brother Zizi. Brother Sonny George, we want to welcome you. You are there in Philadelphia. Brother Elijah Zina, we will come back to you.
Yeah, we go back to Zizi. Zizi, just ask a question. You flip it. Yes, Bishop. Don't you have a versus? Bishop wants to know that. Maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah. Bishop. At the time you were speaking about, I think on the residence, you said there are some things you have to go to the executive council. That's when he posted that question.
No, he was talking about the transitional team. There's a follow-up question to that. Zizi Rawa is making reference to the transitional team.
Transitional team. Okay. We will. Right. So, brother Sonny George, want to welcome you. Brother Elijah Zina, we will come back to your question. Brother Phil Hope and Love, Brother Zizi Roberts, Brother Jerome Jala, and our sister Evelyn K. Jones from St. Matthew's Lutheran Church. We want to welcome you. This is the first time she's joining us today. We want to welcome you. our Reverend Ped Nazo. We hope that you are doing well now at this time. Our Reverend Ped Nazo and our sister Selena Montgomery. We want to welcome you. Thank you so much. Our own brother, this is my dear brother Abbas Sama. I mean, he's the engine of the LCL. He runs around. Bishop, this is your own man here, Abbas Sama. Okay, then we go to the questions. Okay. Okay, so Brother Zizi Robert asked the question about, don't you have advisors? Then this is the follow-up question he has. He said, what's the function of the executive council since you are consulting transitional team? So that's his question. Okay. Then we have a question also here from our brother Elijah Zina. He said, Bishop, can you say more about the case in court? You said you are trying to raise some money for the case. Does that mean the case is on hold due to lack of money? I'd like to know more about the process. So, so Bishop, I want you to take note. We're just going to we're going to get all the questions and you can address them. Is that okay, or you want to do it one at a time?
I would not remember all of them, but anyway,
okay.
You get real.
Okay. So we're gonna stop at these two, Brother Zizi and
yes.
Brother Zizi and Elijah.
Let me talk to Elijah.
Okay.
Really, the police sent the case to court, and then we asked our legal team to follow up. Brother Livingstone is the legal team, because he has the status of carrying the case forward. They had to indict people, and so what he has said to us is that it's going to cost us something like $1,000 United States. Right now, the people are waiting for us. They have transferred the case from where it was because it's beyond that jurisdiction. Unfortunately, Elijah want to know more about it. Finance is a whole lot up to now. Once we can raise the $1,000, tomorrow morning, the case will go to court for indictment. So that's how far I can say about that. Nothing more than that. That's what I can say. Then the next question
Bishop, I want clarification around that, please, Bishop, if you may. So what is the $1,000 going to be for payment for filing the case?
I will not say much about that. I'm a little bit, but you know that in the court you have to pay some small things around to get things done. If you had a chance to talk to Livingstone, he would better explain that to you, because he's a legal-minded person. But that's what he told me, and that we need to register the case, file in for indictment, all of the process of things. It will not cost us less than that, and that's what he said.
Okay.
So he's going to be seeing me tomorrow morning, so we can talk more. Maybe I'll get more clarity from him based on the question you asked just now.
All right. Okay.
Brother Zizi and Brother Zizi.
Zizi Roberts is asking the question: if I don't have why? What is the function of the Executive Council? The Executive Council is the implementing arm of the church in the absence of the convention. Every major decision that I have to do that is very major has to be discussed and carried to the Executive Council for their approval. Administratively, day to day, we run the church, and they'll come up with issues that you need to deal with before getting to the Executive Council. The Executive Council is after every 3 months. So if you talk about advisors, I agree. I have not come down with, because of the situation we came into and that we have. I'm a little bit taking this still step by step. These guys, I like what Elijah Zina said. You can change the name of the committee. But people who I have on this committee that I'm now working with right now, so if there are some things that we need to consult people about, we do that consultation. The final implementation of most of the major decisions is approved by Executive Council. Executive Council cannot be in the bishop's office every Monday, Tuesday through Friday to do some consultation. That's why. That's what it is.
All right. Thank you so much, Bishop. We have a question here from Brother Sonny George. He is asking, has the transitional team made narrative report with recommendations to the bishop? And he has a follow-up question. The question is, Can that report be published, please, just for
No,
information sharing?
no. I can't publish it.
Okay.
The transitional team, we had a team that met with Bishop. We have discussed this earlier before. I don't want to go back to it to cause chaos again. But we were giving a report from the Bishop of Govin. I was part of that team myself. We have that report. It is based on that report that we wanted a verification team to verify from where we can get a report to give the church. Unfortunately, when we were put in the verification committee, it became a conflict in this church. Everybody thought that was the wrong thing we were doing. We shouldn't have done that. That had prolonged even the action, the work of the verification team. We were all on a transitional team. What we got from the outgoing leadership, and we wanted to make substantial verification on it. And people felt it was an act of wanting to disgrace the outgoing bishop, which was not an intention, but it was just to say, okay, Bishop said we have this, we have done this. Can we verify it? Because we had very short time when we did that. So the transitional team had not made a report because we were part of the transitional team. What we should have done and wanting to do is to verify what was given to us as a turnover does. And so once the verification team does its job, those reports we can give you. That's the report I think will be good to give the church.
All right, Bishop. Thank you so much, Bishop. I think we got one or two more here quickly. This is just a recommendation from Brother Royal Jerome Jala. He's saying, good evening, Bishop. I suggest that there should be an internal audit team set up by your leadership next to the external auditing firm. So that's the suggestion he's just making. And quickly,
I have that in my mind, but that's something the executive council has to approve.
Okay.
So quickly, if we have that, I'm not going to be. I would not have to be verifying every financial transaction because the internal auditor will be there.
Right.
But that's something again you all have to understand has a financial bearing. Right. One thing I want all of us Lutherans to know is that making these good suggestions is not all. It has a cost. Right. Unless we are willing to bear the cost, we will make all the good decisions. We're not going to, because I'm not going to employ anybody who I cannot pay. I don't have money to pay them. And that's a difficult thing. Right now, I said that I need to find money to pay my staff in the last 2 months. I don't have that. I cannot add more people to it. When the executive council tells me to do that, they will tell me where we're going to get the money to pay them, and I will go ahead and do it.
Thank you so much, Bishop. Quickly, before we go to Brother Josiah, I just want to recognize very few people who just joined us quickly. I think it's our sister Victoria Johnson. You know, she's our regular viewer. We want to recognize her. And our brother David K. Molba, he's there in Zorzor. He's watching from Zorzor. Brother Molba, I want to say, in fact, this is Dr. Molba from the Lutheran, current hospital. I want to welcome you, brother.
He's not a doctor.
Oh, he's not. Oh, I thought that was
he's the financial man.
Oh, the financial man. Okay. Anyway, we want to welcome you, Brother Molba. Thank you so much from Zozo. Thank you so much. And this is your daughter right here, Banatina Bessa. You know, she's there in Baltimore. So, no, that Beda or Banatina Beda. We want to welcome her too. So,
how you doing, Bana?
Yeah, those are the few that we can recognize. You know, we don't have much time in our favor. We're going to go straight to Okay, I think there's another question from Brother Zizi. Okay, there's a question here from Brother Zizi, Bishop. He said, concerning the residents, we have been raising some money. There is a hearsay about building a house instead of renovating the residence. If the hearsay is true, is it a unilateral decision or an executive council or convention mandate or decision? So that's the question from brother.
When we started this show, I told you that, and I'm still firm about that. Sorry, Zizi. It's a very good question. The decision about what happens to that house, whether renovated or not, I'm not going to say anything about it here today until I have finalized the process about what happens to the house, approved by executive council. I will get back to you. Just hold your heart. You can rest assured that every cent, if anybody have paid any cent towards the renovation of that house, it is safe. Keep it under the decision. The process is complete. In fact, I told my treasurer, put it in a restricted account that even if Bishop Pablo is dying, don't take $5 from there. So nothing
Wow.
going to happen with the money. The decision about what will happen to that house, you will know pretty soon as things are finalized.
Bishop, I'm sorry. I don't want to be held in contempt. The brother, Dr. George Toto. Dr. George Toto. This is the vice president of Aliyah. Joe, please don't get me in problem. This is my vice president. I don't want to be summoned by Dr.
But why you
Dennis.
don't want to recognize him?
No, I'm recognizing him right
Bishop,
now.
I
Brother
gotta
Dr.
answer. Let
George
Willie
Toto.
finish. I gotta answer, Bishop. I know why Willie doesn't want to recognize Dr. Toto, and I will say it right here. So, Willie, when you are done, just let me know.
Yeah, officially, I want to recognize Dr. George Toto. He's the vice president of Aliyah, the Association of Liberian Lutherans here in the Americas. And he's there in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much. And Bishop, I think is a recommendation. He said, I'm well, Bishop. Thank you. Your daughter, Moningo. May the good Lord. Oh, okay. Yeah, I told you that's your daughter there in Baltimore. So, yeah. So I think I
Thank you,
recognize
Willie.
everyone
Thank you,
now.
Willie. Great
Yeah.
job. Great job. Thank you for the recognition. Thank you for screening our questions and everything. Dr. Toto, I want to join my colleague Willie. I know you guys did it from a family perspective, but on behalf of my Lutheran Connections online TV, this is just me and Jerry, not Willie. Willie is not part of it. It's just me and
How
Jerry
you gonna put me under the
recognizing
bus?
you, Dr. Toto. So Jerry, Ambassador, I'm doing it on our behalf. Willie is not part of that one, that recognition. So it's the two of us. Yeah. So he will sort that issue out with Dr. Toto after the show. You can run away from it.
I recognize the vice president. That's our vice
Okay,
president.
so folks, you are tuned to my Lutheran Connections online TV. Willie is going to share the numbers right now, post the numbers, so that you can start calling him. We look forward to your call. Any moment from now, we'll be expecting Dr. Jala, the Dean of Monrovia District. We really want him to come and talk about the International African Lutheran Conference, including the just ended Monrovia District Convention. He has to provide some updates on those. So, Dean Jala, if you are following, please come on. We're looking forward to having you sit with us. At this time, we will go over to our studios in Freetown. The ambassador is pretty seated. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Joe. Again, I think we're having a good show, and I want to thank Bishop for the flow and the way in which he's, taking one step at a time. Bishop, I want to go back to the issue of the case in court. Without attempting to discuss the merits so that it cannot be sub judice, I would just want to find out from you on the periphery. We understood that those gentlemen restituted some money. I would like to know from you why the process is ongoing. Have you people understood some of the issues so far as it relates to the accounts that were fraudulently debited? And do you have some information about what over and above what was actually displayed on one of our shows? I think we're talking about pretty close to something that 20, Joe, you can correct me, 20 or 50K.
Yeah.
Can you share
The numbers
light on
combined, the numbers combined, ambassador, is a little over 50K.
Yeah.
that? Yeah, the
No,
number combined was little over 50K.
no,
So I just want to know.
it's like about it's like about what we did, and honestly was that when this happened, and as you all know before, we got financial people, we got the board of finance and trustees. Since it was urgent, we could not run into an audit at that moment. The financial board of the Lutheran Church sat with the financial office, the treasurer, working along with the bank. We got some accounts, the accounts of the bank, of the church with the bank, and they went through just two. They went through two. The two that were stated by the guys that this is where they have done the act, and those 2 accounts were searched thoroughly by the financial board that has financial expertise, only like about 3 or 4 of them who are good accountants, but even though they were not doing an accounting job as a firm. And in the end, we realized that a total amount of, first, I think it was 56,000, but then the treasurer said that there was some documentation that the group did not look at. So she presented those clarity, and the final thing came down to like 54,000. That's what is still on the book, as what we think from the 2 accounts that were not accounted for or were done with authorization, proper legal authorization.
Wow, that is again a very good information. At least the public will know the magnitude and the gravity of the issues we are looking at here. Willie, I don't know if we have any other call, but it looks that Bishop frozen. Is Bishop frozen?
No,
No. Bishop is
yeah.
not. Yeah, Bishop is not. I have
Oh.
a follow up. I have a question here, but it's actually.
But is Ambassador done? Ambassador,
Are you done?
okay?
No, I'm not. I just wanted, because Bishop looking frozen to me. That's all. I just wanted to.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I
Let
can hear you.
Ambassador
Except you're not
continue.
hearing me, but I can hear you.
No, I'm
it's
hearing
fine.
you, Bishop.
Yeah,
I'm hearing
go
you.
ahead. Yeah.
I'm hearing you. Okay. Yeah. So Bishop, and I'm very happy that you are bold in coming up to express, openly that you are working with a team that will always guide your decisions. So that means decisions are not unilaterally taken under your leadership. It is done. It is done. By some form of teamwork. I would like to know what has the team decided so far as it relates to the issue of your relocation. We are concerned because where you are,
Don't be
we
concerned.
don't think
And I
that
said
is
to
safe.
you, Jerry, you're not going to drag me back into what I say I will not remark on. Be careful about that. I'm listening. When I'm properly done with the issue of relocation, and what I think is there are more. Look, let me get a little bit angry. Those who are concerned, now you on this phone about my relocation, is not even reading through the line. And I want to say to you, I would have moved to the house you wanted me to move to. That house cannot even host me.
You coming in Brooklyn. I'm not
there,
getting clarity.
there are some other issues on this ground at the compound that we need to deal with in terms of the relocation. I know where all the questions are coming from. I read all of the posts on the Lutheran Connection post. I read them. And that's why if I want to attempt to answer the questions you're giving me, I will direct you to that. I don't want that to happen until what I'm planning is fruitful. I will let you know, Jerry. I promise you, and I told you, what I promise you I will do, I will do. Please allow me to just take my time and do what I want to do. All of the questions you're asking, I have heard. I have refused to come in because I need to talk to the executive council. That's what I said to you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
Whatever we want to take to the
Fair
executive
enough,
council is
Bishop.
something that we have discussed even as administration, not partner. So we will get to you, and maybe you will understand by and by why I'm not moving right now, or why I didn't move the time you wanted me to move. There are some things that I'm working on to make sure they become smooth. I who living where I'm living, I'm not worried. Why you want to die? Don't cry more than the bereaved. You understand that? Don't cry more than the bereaved. Because I want to say, even I'm in on this compound, the Lutheran Church compound. The Lutheran Church is own compound. How many members even come to say, Reverend or Bishop, how are you? Nobody. So you want people all the compound where you not even see me at all, like that. What we should be doing, we should be understanding that our church needs to move forward. The moving of the bishop is not what moves this church forward. If I, as a bishop, decide I want to stay on this compound where it's a church property, I will tell you I want to stay here forever. And you just have to accept it. I will stay here if I want to. I have a plan for this church and have a plan for where the bishop will live. let me say this to all those who want to write on the connection. Our bishop should not be twisted from rental house to rental house, which is not a pride for us. Now that's what I'll stop there without words until I get back to you people.
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Bishop. That's a clue. That's a clue, Bishop.
A hint to a wise is
I got a
sufficient.
clue. And Jared, thank you for stubbornly asking that question again.
And I was stubbornly answering the question myself.
So Bishop, just so you know,
I got a clue. We can keep moving our bishop from one rental house to another rental house, please. Volumes. Okay. Thank you, Bishop. I know we had,
Bishop Padmo, just so you know.
No, just listen to me.
Uh-huh.
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here, Bishop. It's both of them talking, not me. I'm not part of them.
We are making a plan, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I can assure you, when I disclose that plan to you, you even want to go ahead of me.
That's right.
But,
wonderful.
We can't speak because what I realize is that people who are listening to this show just listen to hear word from people and they read all kinds of things, which is not correct.
Right.
We should be writing in our chat rooms and other places comments that will prove it. I'm right here on this compound. I sleep here on this compound. I walk 5-7 steps to my office. Anybody has something that they don't understand, come to me and ask me. I'm willing. If I can come on this public media to talk to people, what beginning when you come to my office, I can explain to you. But we have to start doing things that we want to make people look that they don't know what they're doing. That's wrong. When it comes to those places, I can be very stubborn.
Yeah.
Bishop,
thank you so much. I know you are a procedural person and you like things to happen in sequence, in order, which is good. Respecting all of the different institutions, that's very important, Bishop. We appreciate it. And Jared, thank you for asking that question too. We able to get some clue at this time. So I'm one person. I sit on this show. I'm a Lutheran. I never had that. One person who was always concerned about demolishing the historic Bishop residence, and I know that that's going to lead to something. So Bishop will trust the creativity and the innovation. We have no doubts about that. Look, here today we are having an interesting conversation with our Lord Bishop.
Bijo. Sorry to cut you off, Bijo. Can you welcome Dean Jala, please?
We are having a good conversation today with the Lord Bishop of the LCL. He has been taking us through different aspects in terms of what they've been doing over the period since he last sat with us here on the show. So, Bishop, thank you for all those insightful information you continue to provide. Folks, we assure you from the start of the show that we were going to be in the company of the Dean of Monrovia District, Dr. Jala. He just joined us, which is highly appreciated. Dean Jala, we want to welcome you to the show. Bishop started a conversation. We are in the middle of it, and here you are. A portion of this discussion is strictly on your shoulders, and that has to do with the International African Lutheran Conference, where we are. You will give us an update, and you will also give us an update on the just ended Monrovia District Conference. So what we will do, we will allow you to flow. Is your inaugural appearance on the show. We really want to welcome you. It's your first time. We know that circumstances did not permit us to do that previously, but we are glad to have you today. So it's over to you. Monrovia District and then the International Conference, Reverend. Welcome.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. A very blessed evening to you all. And I'm so excited to be part of this conversation and to share with you what we are doing on this side of the globe. As you rightfully say, I remain the district dean of the biggest district in the LCL. Not only the biggest, but in terms of economic strength. So we got a lot of work to do. That's what I really want to say. Sitting, working with a progressive church leader next door in the same district as bishop, we have been really, really on our heels every day. So we concluded the 10th annual convention of the Monrovia district under the theme, we have a responsibility to do God's will. And this was a very elaborate gathering that brought together almost 150 delegates. The first time in the history of the district that we could come together with all of the pastors and all of the deacons and deaconesses coming to sit under the foot of the cross at St. Peter's. And also, we were blessed to have 3 international guests coming from the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Bavaria. They participated in the convention. The Dean of the Mishburg Dignitary was the guest preacher, preaching on behalf of the Bishop of the Lutheran Church in Liberia, which was really fantastic and very exciting to have international guests. And we came up with some concrete decision on how to move the district forward, how to support the LCL as a national church, to accompany them in terms of fundraising, in terms of giving strategic guidance and direction. So we took the time to reflect on the present situation of our national church. And so that was it. We say we got a responsibility to do God's will, no matter what the situation is, no matter what people say, no matter who sit on the fence or who is on board or what is going on. We truly believe that we got a responsibility, and God is leading us to fulfill those responsibilities. So we call on you to support us through prayers and to work with us in rebuilding this church. As you know, this church has faced a lot of challenges, leadership issues, financial issues, you can name it. Things like division after the election for a new bishop. We have many candidates and we were divided on these lines. So challenges are enormous. So we got a responsibility to do God's will. So if you want me to move a little bit faster to the international conference, which you might want to know that I am the coordinator for the local team, the host country. I'm the one in charge of mobilizing, working together with the bishop, working the bishop's office on this international conference. I do have a lot of information because I sit in the bishop's office only for this international conference as the local host church. You want me to proceed directly into that, sir?
We were talking about the International African Lutheran Conference component. Just like for us to discuss the Monrovia district first, my colleagues may have some questions regarding that. Then we can move on to the IALC. But here's the first question I'd like to ask you before I bring my colleagues in on the Monrovia district. In an order of priority, can you just say what were at least 2 or 3 outcomes of the conference or the convention, the Monrovia District Convention?
Well, 2 great interesting outcomes. We have a very good budget that we agreed that the parishes will support. In concrete terms, that's over $1 million Liberian dollars. So that's concrete that the parishes are going to commit themselves in supporting the work of the church through budgetary allocation and supporting the mission work of the church. For the first time, you will know that the district now has a constitution that is on its way to the office of the bishop. We adopted the constitution. Some of our parishes do have constitutions. Some of our congregations have constitution, but the parent body, which is the district did not have a constitution for many years. Now we have something that we can use as instrument to guide our work, to direct our path, to keep us in check and balance, alongside with the LCL Constitution, which is the bigger picture of the whole process. So now we have a constitution that we mandate to each of us that hold us accountable and hold our feet to the fire. That's concrete enough. At this convention, the delegates voted that those of with the Lutheran Communication Project, which has to do with the Lutheran project, that those money that were misapplied, they voted unanimously to ensure that people pay back the money. Some of our friends have already paid back some of the money. We retrieved $1,100 US, and I'm going after parishes that took the souvenir, because it was agreed by the convention that all of the money that were raised and all of the souvenirs that were printed, we should account for them, and those responsible should pay back. And so for cash collection, immediately after the vote, we were able to retrieve $1,100 United States dollars, which have been deposited already back into the Lutheran FN account. So the money is saved and the account is open, and we're ready to hit the road towards the establishment of the Luther FN by the special grace of God.
Wonderful, good update. Those are two great outcomes of your convention. My colleague, Abel, we'd like to welcome you, Leawali, to the show. We'll be coming to you shortly, but let me go to Willie. Willie, are you there? Willie has a question. In fact, it's good you talk about the Luther FM. Willie has a question. Willie, are you there? Okay, we don't have Willie right now, so we will go to Abel. Abel, are you there? Abel, welcome. Hello, Abel. Okay, wonderful. It's a great thing, Doc. Ambassador, do you have a question for Dr. Jala?
Yes, I always got a question for Dr. Jala, and it is very good that, in fact, he mentioned the Lutheran FM. I want to begin from the latter going forward. Dr. Jala, you are the Dean of Monrovia District, as you rightly stated, one of the powerful districts in the LCL. Decisions have been taken to restitute. A portion of the money has been paid. I would just like to know from you, was it just all to just allow people who misappropriated, because you use a word, I want to use that word exactly, misappropriated. So it's just about restituting since you misappropriate, or you are intending to take further action on those that misappropriated the self-finance?
Well, I was carefully using the language from the convention and of how far the convention mandated. This was the scope. I know that if I come by civil society and I come by my NGO, when people accuse the past, it is not only paying back, there should be a sanction. But the convention, in the wisdom of your brothers and sisters who ably represented you as official delegates, gave a scope of the mandate. And we must uphold the rule of law.
Hello?
You lost, eh?
Oh.
Yeah, we lost the
Why?
Jala.
Why would the dean just leave us that way? Oh, technology. I think the
He's
dean
coming
is he
back.
back?
Yeah.
Technical
Okay,
issue, Ambassador is technical. It is technical. It's good to
yes.
have the dean back, the Inshallah. Good to have you
The
back.
ambassador thing that started here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dean,
Yeah, Ambassador, go ahead.
No. Dean was in flight. I think he was asked, has he landed?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Dean, please go ahead. Continue.
You
Then
sure
Jala,
you
you
here?
hearing us?
No, we are saying you can continue. You were in flight. I'm not too sure you landed.
Are you not muted?
No, he's not. He's not.
Then you can speak. Well, I'm not too sure the Dean is hearing us.
Okay. I think he's having some technical issues. But we will really have to get back to the dean. That's a very good update he provided on the Monrovia District Convention. He talked about their constitution. He talked about the Luther FM investigation that went on, and people who were found in error in terms of misapplying resources. They were asked to restitute. And as far as he's concerned, about 1,100 United States dollars has been recovered, has been restituted. That's good news. The dean needed to just tell us the total of the amount needed to be restituted and how are they going about it. I hope he can come back. Dean, can you hear us now? Dean Jala, can you hear us now? You just need to speak so we can know the status of your audio. Okay, he's having technical issues. So like I said, folks, there you have it. We will hold on for now. As far as update from the dean is concerned, until he can come back. Ambassador, you can hold on to your remaining questions. When the dean comes back, we'll have you ask them. We like to go back to Bishop. Bishop, a crucial issue that we have right now is the accreditation issue. We should provide an update. You talk about some documentation that has been put together by the committee. Great job. And they've sent it over to you. Is for your review, signature, and submission. So do you want to throw a little bit light on that, or you still want to review the document first and have an understanding before you can talk about it further?
Well, yeah, partly, but I can say something. Like I know one of the hold on that we have is that, LCL and Aliyah, and when I took over, when I read the MOU, this is a sharing responsibility. We are cooperating and collaborating together, so we can make final decisions. Even when I was told, I had to contact Aliyah's authority, especially for the article of incorporation, and told them, well, this is something that LCA will be represented, but you also ought to be represented. Even though the charges are different here for foreigner. I'm calling them foreigner, not because I would call them foreigner, but because their credential will come from overseas. It puts them in a position that make the group here think that it's an outside thing. But fortunately for me, they are willing to have two persons from Aliyah to be a member of the article and corporation, and they are willing to pay the cost. So right now, like you said, I've been behind them. If the document and they send it to my email just this evening, I will look at it and decide. I will get back to you as you and myself discuss and see whether we can get a guy who's going to cancel with me so we can look at it together, do whatever correction we need to make, then we'll send it to you people. Not only the article and corporation, but even we send to you people the Coast Guard for the different colleges so that Aliyah can look at it. Probably they will make some injection And probably what would be, we'll even find people from outside who willing to be part of the professors, and all of those things we can finalize it, then we move on. But I'm fighting, I'm praying God that we can have that program processed before even the International Lutheran African Lutheran Conference here in Liberia. If we get a funding that we need to do the renovation and all the other different things, we are hopeful that can be a possibility, and that we put the accreditation issue behind us. We can start up moving forward to becoming active in product of presentation of classwork.
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you very much. Dean, I think you should be in a better position now, Dean. You were in flight. Probably you should proceed.
Yes, I'm in a comfortable position. I'm sitting home and everything
Wonderful.
seems to be getting cool.
Wonderful.
And you've praised him.
You can continue, Dean.
Thank you. So the international conference, Bishop is taking place in April with the arrival
sorry, Dean. You
were on the Monrovia district.
On the Monrovia district issue of the restitution.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got the scope and frame from the convention that they pay back the money. And so they respected the opinion of the delegates. At least one group have already paid back 1,100, and this is what Bishop Palmer was so that people are accountable. They will account for their own stewardship here in the church before we get to heaven. And so it's a good start. What we're going to further thing where we need to report back to the office, report back to the executive, and say this is how far this have gone with the vessel. And then the marriage. There was nothing on the mandate to say they should have further session attached to the responsibility. So the fact that people accepted pay back, I think is a starting point. And it's a strong signal to all of us that whatsoever we do, we will give account. Remember, we've been on this issue for 4 years. This issue went to semi-field at the convention, and then they moved from there 2018 to Roman Hills. They came to
so maybe we can get the dean back another time,
Yeah, so let me see the magic I can perform here.
To see if we can get him on the phone, because this is very important, Joe.
Yeah, his network is
yeah, the dean's WhatsApp is not working. In fact, it's not working anymore. So let me see if we can have him the other way around. Let me make some efforts to see if we can have him on the phone.
Yeah, that's true. That would be very great, Joe.
Yeah.
Maybe while you helping us to get him, and you mute yourself kindly, then we can go back to the bishop, because I think
right.
Yeah, I will want the bishop. There's a very important conference that coming, and I know the dean is the one who is in the middle of everything, but I will want to find out from the bishop in terms of logistics, because the time is just not too far. Can you? I mean, just any information if you have, Bishop, can you bring her up to speed as it relates to logistics? Maybe if you have been briefed on anything.
Well, yeah. Even though the dean is the chair for the committee, but I'm very much up to date with what is happening. One thing that is our hold on right now for most of what we're supposed to do is the funding. But we are sure that, I will come to the question anyway. We are sure that Aliyah have informed us that by Wednesday or so. But already, our different committees are working. The transportation committee have already made a book for the cars we need and how much it will cost us to have them rented. We're just waiting for the funding. One of the last things that we're really holding on to was holding us back was the issue of the food, the entertainment committee. With the help of Aliyah and not Aliyah, yes, since Mali and other people, we have been able to gather a group of people within the Lutheran Church that they also had a recommended. And we met last week, I think Thursday, and we finalized on the food issue, just waiting for the funding to move along. So basically, most of our committees, almost all, are formed and just waiting for funding to move into action. Practically, I myself, I'm moving from parish to parish. I've been from convention to convention, informing them. I went to Phoebe. We are even planning other activities to fall within line of that thing of that conference. So I'm to almost all the parishes that we should will be fully involved in the whole activities. I was in Boma, attending the Boma Parish Convention in the Kakada district, informed them of what role they need to play. I was in Totota, Lower Bond district, also even today. I was there and then we're planning what they're supposed to do. In Swakoko, we are also working on what will happen at Swakoko. I've been talking with the district dean of Upper Bung, who that have a little committee headed by Reverend Jemeni Wiki. They're all working together to see how things can happen. If we do have some funding to do some on-ground job, I'm sure between now and the 15th of April, or March, we will have done very great substantial planning to cover up. Because right now, part of what we even now need funding for, and we're discussing the meeting we have with Mali, has to do with souvenir. The type of souvenir we want. In our own mind, what we want to do is that we know that the group have asked for a certain number of souvenir T-shirts, especially, but we didn't want to go beyond maybe the 100 or the 50 they want. Because what we want to do, we want to print some T-shirts. As we are raising funding for LTI, we want to print some T-shirts and have a first sale before the convention time, and then we can print the convention's own. And that would mean we have raised some extra funding to help with the program at LTI. But that's what we intend, we've been targeting, and we discussed that with them, and they agreed. So the minute we get small money, we'll start some work on those activities.
Wonderful, Bishop. Thank you so much. I think I understood the dean is back on the line. Joe, is the dean back on the line?
Bishop, thank you. Yes, he is. Bishop, thank you for that preliminary update. Dean, we have you. I'm sure you follow with the bishop on the update.
So Joe, I understood that the dean already concluded on the issue that monies have been restituted. But I mean, if you can just zero in on to just tell us how much is to be collected and who are those restituting. Could he just share light on that? Then we can go now to
that. Is very good, Jerry. Great question. Dean, you heard the question. It's over to you.
Yes, Jerry, that's a fantastic question. There were $2,000. The committee, through the wisdom of the former bishop of our church, was asked to pay back to Roger Camel for something in Liberia that you might not know. We call it SEPE. They were doing SEPE business with him. What is a legitimate business, I don't know. But they gave him $2,000 through the intervention the former Bishop Emeritus and his assistant. So they pay $2,000, and up to this time, the investigating committee is still asking the rationale for paying $2,000 because there was no agreement. The investigating team found no agreement between the paymaster and the district. And so that was a little bit tricky issue. It's still pending. So that's $2,000 plus $8,000 from the parishes. Some of the parishes took the souvenir, took the T-shirt, the face cap, the straw for the pastoral gowns, pastoral attire, and some of the pastors are in wearing them, and I don't know whether they already paid the money to whom. It was not clear, but the committee found it fit to say parishes should pay. And I begin to talk to parishes. Parishes are saying now, bring us the contract that prove clearly that we took this. You only gave all the listing of parishioners who took them, but there's no contract, there's no agreement that says we actually took it. So who should be liable for these mistakes? Who should be held accountable? We only have the listing. So these are still tricky issues. I'm going to be talking to the bishop on the outcome from the convention, which I've not done yet because we had a lot of things already on his agenda for the last 2 weeks. We were not able to have a long meeting on the outcome document from the convention. So to get his input, his advice, and to see what step can we take in progressively meeting with the parishes, trying to get them convinced that their parishioners are using the souvenir. We see it on some of the pastors, but they are in arrears. And the arrears, when they are paid, then we can have sufficient money to the Lutheran station, and now we even add in television.
So we are talking tentatively around something at 10,000, so to speak. 2,000 you talked
Absolutely.
about, and then so we're talking about tentatively 10,000. Now, Joe, I will get back to you and Weddy because I see Weddy is eager. He's sitting in the edge of his seat. He wants to say something about that. But you see, Dean, money business in our church, it looks like it's serious. I don't know how to describe it, and this is something that we really have to take into consideration. So if you say in the wisdom of the convention, it's just saying okay, restitute, and that's where we stop. Then, well, I don't understand. Now you see the legal ground that some of the church are introducing, because if you say you saw some of the pastor, I mean, so are you trying to say that because the pastor is from a parish, for example, St. Andrews, and he's wearing a robe and he credited it, or this pay, and so we should hold the church responsible to pay for what the pastor wearing, or the pastor took it on volition. We need to get some.
Jerry.
Yeah, right.
Jerry.
Yeah, Bishop.
I think I want you. I like what the dean said, because when I became bishop, I put forth that investigation into the Luther FMD. I tried to put fire into it. Unfortunately, since after the convention, they had not spoken to me.
All right, so we wait until they speak to you.
What I want you to do is let's hang it there, because
okay, Bishop.
one thing you said, and I want to push further, that money business in our church is like nobody will understand anything. But I want to assure you, we are growing over that. We know if it was like that before, it was still like that in the past. In this present, I continue to say to everybody, nobody should think they're just going to mismanage church money, or misapply and walk away free. I'm trying to work on the old ones that are there, that have been there, and see what sense we can make out of it. If we'll be able to restitute them, okay, we will. We'll try. But I'm urging everybody that we can't and we should not repeat it, because I'm not going to buy it. But I want to see, since the dean says he's going to report to me, I'm sure my plate is a little bit empty. I want him to come so we can sit down. Because the question you're asking, Jerry, if Pastor Padmo went and took one gown or one stool from the committee, I can't hold St. Luke Parish that I was working with responsible for that, because St. Luke did not sign for them for me. What they will be asking St. Luke, is if they can encourage me to get this money paid. But the parishes will not be, because like the regular said, they didn't sign a contract. So we have to hope if the committee then is able to provide the adequate names of those people who took it, even though they came from parishes, they are in parishes, we must follow them individually within those parishes to pay, and not the parishes. We can't hold people responsible because somebody come from there, he or she does wrong, they will say you're responsible, you're the one did it. We can't do that. But I'm waiting for the report, and I think we can follow it maybe another time. So I wanted to hang it there. Because I myself,
I respect your opinion and your view, Bishop. I mean, and I will hang it there. I'm done. Joe.
Thank
Bishop,
you, Ambassador. Yeah. Willie, do you have any question to ice on this so we can move to the next stage? Dean's supposed to provide updates on the IALC. So if you have question on
Luther FM, I have a question for the Dean.
On Luther FM?
No, not on Luther FM, on the convention.
Okay, so let's wait for the Dean to provide his update on the IALC before we can ask any questions. Dean, can you move on to the IALC, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think Bishop already shared with you some of the fantastic work that we're doing already ahead of this conference. First, with the local mobilization within the parishes within the LCL. This evening, I came from the Kakata District Convention, where I was greeting them on behalf of the bishop, because he was running back and forth between Todota and to get what he really talked about right now. So I was able to meet with all of the parishes within that district, the pastors and parishioners. And so last week, Bishop was in Todota. When he left, I came with his message. I went to Bonota with the message. When I left, reinforced the message. Then I drove back to Banga, and when I left again, Bishop went there and put the message. So it's like everything is really on our heels are up. We are on our toes and getting this to be adequately handled. The coordination is really good with our parishes, with the pastors, with the district dean. Based on that, we see success, and because of what we see, we've been able to extend invitation letter now to Lima Bowie, who will be speaking at the conference. We've been able to reach out to Ambassador Julie Andy already, who will be doing a cultural festival on the arrival day, on the first day during the opening evening hours. And we have already gone ahead to agree that we will have a benefit dinner on Sunday after the pulpit exchange. We're going to have pastors who are coming from the diaspora to Liberia. We're going to assign them to parishes within the LCL. And by this week, or by the close end of this, we will have the listing, and the bishop has authorized me to assign these pastors to preach in parishes, and we have already notified the parishes that this is going to be happening, and we will have guest preacher on that Sunday. So all this is set. What we are working on now is the musical team, because Bishop is saying to us by his mandate, we should have the language choir, a mass choir from the language side, and the Monrovia.
Yeah, I think what happened is that
a lot of things happening. We booked the hotel. We have few persons going to stay to Boulevard Palace Hotel. We've been able to secure some 6 VIP rooms at the same rate through special negotiation through the office of the bishop. They are linked up with some of these people, and they have said, Bishop, if these people are coming to Liberia, we're going to stand with you. We're going to support you. And then Bishop has already gone into the guest house, set it up. I see him coming in and out. I see him inspecting the room. I think 15 rooms already set up. They're putting in new air condition. The floor is down. They're putting in new chairs, and everything is just being set up with a lot of excitement because this conference will kiss show the personal leadership, and I can say that for fight. And so we're not going to take anything for granted.
Dean, I can see that you are clothing yourself and the leadership very well. That's good to know. But let me just probably when my colleagues come in with some questions, it will help to clarify any gray areas if there's any. Willie, can you shoot your question to Dean, please?
No, not only Dean Jala, I also have a question for Bishop. And Bishop and Dean Jala, No, I know that. I want to say thank you very much for the update from IALC. One of those who attended the first ever conference in Tanzania, Arusha, and I'm glad. I had trouble that hearing some information about lodging on the compound, the guest house, but I'm glad that the dean is providing information, because when we went to Tanzania, they proudly hosted us at one of their guest house, at their guest house there in a hotel. So, I'm glad that the guest house is in place as well.
But just before you ask your question, Willie, the first thing I thought was we cannot host such a program,
right,
at no advantage to this church. And I mean that people are paying lodging fees.
Right.
I can put all of those in the hotels outside of the church compound.
Right.
What I said to the guest house manager is that right now I'm using all of their resources that they have right now to upgrade the guest house.
Right.
But even if the conference comes and go, and then I won't have to pay those debts and nothing remain with the church, fine. I will have the renovated and updated places for the church, and we can live on that. So the very first month, going to the second month, we started. If you ever been to the guest house, they call it sea wind. Now all of it had Taranso tie. I've changed the chairs, the bathrooms, the commodes I changed, or I put in air conditioner, or if I even get money ahead, I want to put DSTV internet into every room.
That's good.
Did that very well.
Wonderful.
The second one they call the D win. I'm going there by next month already, and see whatever else needs. That I don't have much problem on that end, but I want to make sure that even if a person who came from America want to live in small America house, the guest house, the rooms that they will be in can be comfortable for their stay.
Wonderful.
I would not, and I can't send all of you people who will come to Boulevard Hotel when I'm capable of making my place habitable for my people. So we know that. I would decide that all of you will not go to Boulevard. Somebody will have to stay in your own place, and you will stay there comfortably.
Absolutely. Bishop, I want to say thank you very much. Thank you to you, the guest house manager, and the entire team. Thank you so much. I'm really, really excited about this update. So with that, I have a question on this LUL. So at some point there was an understanding that the team in Liberia was no longer headed by Reverend King. Sorry?
I said long time.
Yeah, long time. But just last week, there was an announcement posted, recruitment announcement, and the committee was referring, potential individuals to send their requests or, send their CV to the personal email of Reverend Jesse King. I think that for me, and and I think I speak with some other people too will say the same. That's troubling because Reverend King is no longer on the committee. That's one. And two, Reverend King, that's his personal email address. So how will Reverend King email address be used for such a very important process? I just want to say the second question to the dean and why the dean is getting ready. That's one. And then two, the dean, did you discuss anything about your suspended members? I'm talking about the women Did you
I was about to say something about that to you. So again,
okay, go ahead.
lead
All
the
right,
day.
go ahead.
It's not the day's job, it's the bishop's responsibility.
Okay. I thought he discussed it during the convention.
No, well, he don't have any right to discuss it at a convention without my approval.
Oh,
He
okay.
does
Sorry.
that, he's in trouble.
Sorry,
Now
boss.
listen, what is happening here is that Jesse King said that he was busy, he could not head the committee. We still have him working with them in terms of consultation. What is happening is that I'm sure the committee was looking for people with some quick, easy access. And I agree with your recommendation and those who have recommended that. But we are still like running on some little wheels. But we need to find a stable and standard address that people can use. As soon as we have all of these documentation with the High Commission set up, I'm sure we're going to have that available. I agree with you, and I agree with you 100%. I listened to that before. We will work on that. It's okay. We'll work on it. Okay.
Thank you.
The second thing is that, and I just didn't say that in my briefing concerning the now.
Oh yeah, that's a very important update. A lot of people want to hear about.
Yeah.
So listen to me.
Yeah,
so,
go ahead, Bishop. Okay, you went.
It's not just about those suspended. It's also about this unity discord that convention ended with. What we've been doing all the time, we've been trying, I've been doing reconciliation. We fought it. Financially, we were incapacitated. Finally, we managed to have gotten through the trauma healing program, and we initiated a meeting. As much as everybody did not attend that meeting, what happened was that we gathered a little more than almost 100 plus women yesterday at the Bishop's conference room. And we have from 9 o'clock through 5 o'clock in a kind of a discussion talk. The way I seen it ended, I think we all left from there. We ended up laughing, and we all left from there laughing. That tells me that even if they go at the convention next month, we hope we still have few resolutions that came up, and we're going to work on those. But everybody left from there. Even we had the Bishop Emeritus and the former General Secretary. We were all in that meeting to see how we could finally resolve those issues. And we went almost like 98% away. And I'm sure there'll be small skirmishes. We're going to deal with them little by little. But I want you to know that even if we finalize everything, everybody's not going to be laughing throughout. There will still be some, but I'm sure that there was a very big achievement at the end of that meeting that gives me the warrant to tell the president plan the convention for Saturday, March. So we went through that. Everything, Willie and all of you guys, people say how we have somebody with their own personal feeling that we're not just going to easily get over. Reconciliation is a process, it's not just an event, but we think our church has gone away, that we can still move on despite things that happen. For the suspended people, I try to do what you would call a clemency. I took it to the Executive Council, but the Executive Council felt that they should continue the suspension until the end because other people have ended theirs. And
Bishop, when you come back, you have to repeat that.
Okay, I think the bishop has technical issues. We will go to Abel. Abel, are you there?
I think Abel did drop off.
Okay, we are sorry we cannot bring you our colleague Abel. He's been trying to hop on, but he's still having technical issues. Sorry that we can't bring him on because we want to close shortly. So we will do our rounds, our closing statements, and we will go to the bishop because when the bishop speaks, he will only give the benediction, and then we end the show for the day. So let's go over to Freetown, our studio in Freetown. Ambassador, over to you. We have the Dean. Dean, sorry, you're on the phone. Dean, hello, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Wonderful. Dean, we will take the last comments from you, and we want you to please include in the last comments transportation. I know you talk about logistics, how you guys are doing. The bishop back it up, to support the comments you made about the guest house, the hotel bookings, and everything, which is splendid. Also informing the parishes, communication is flowing well, but transportation, maybe in your final comments, you want to say something about transportation.
You want me to
give it now? Yes, you can go ahead now.
Okay, yes. Yes. So I start with the immediate request on transportation. We are in contact with car hiring company to give us some special the person responsible for this is Abba Sima, and he says limousine. I don't know where the limousines are coming from, but he said they're all set, and he's going to get them, maybe 10 of them, and then people moving back and forth. The bishop is going to have one of his own car. I have mine. So maybe a dozen vehicles will be available, fully air-cooled, to move our visiting guests down to Banga, and then on the way to Phoebe, Torota, Kakata, and then few people will go to KP, somewhere Harrisburg, to go down to Millsboro. The route now we're going to be taking because of the time and financial support from the ESC did not come as initially planned, that we could go as far as LTI and Coring Hospital, which we'd love to do, but financially it seems to be a little bit possible to go as far as Coring Hospital. So in terms of transportation, our Seaman is rendering that, and we have already booked for the vehicles. So they are there as soon as we get the first installment hitting our account. We're going to pay some money in advance to make sure that we are covered fully with vehicles that are insured and ready to hit the road to the airport to get our brothers and sisters and bring them to the guest house and to the hotel. In terms of final comment, we want to thank you for the support that we can have the conversation around issues in the interest of our church, and that people can have access to Bishop through this way on the monthly basis to hear what the Bishop office is doing, what Bishop himself is doing, and those all that support the office of the Bishop and the company. Some of the work that he has asked us to do, you can hear us and be part of the process. So we already in terms of communication, we are in partnership because our man is with you there. Willie Kobe is our man. So Sam Willie Kobe is with my Lutheran connection. He's our man also.
I just sent my bill, Dean. I just sent my bill. I sent my bill for the ad I did today. I did an ad for you guys and it's replaying. So I sent my bill already.
I listened to it. We called our pro bono bill. It comes with a grand total, which is zero. Double is zero. You will normally see total, and the total will be zero. So thank you so much for that. We are now in contact. Abel Lewley has also placed us in contact with the TV, and so we are working with them. We have got in touch with Front Page Africa online magazine, and so all these connections are being made. We are setting up press conferences. As soon as we get some money, we'll hold the first press conference. And upon the arrival of our brothers and sisters, there will be immediate press conference. The media will be at the airport to welcome you. and you'll be free to speak. As long as you enter the borders of Liberia, you'll be free to speak. The bishop is not stopping you from meeting the press. As soon as you hit, you'll be able to talk as we are already started talking. So there are a lot of things ongoing, and we are looking forward to get the registration completed and then get a listing of the pastors, and we're going to assign them to the parishes, and that they will be, the moment they get here on Saturday, on Sunday, they will be in the preaching and sharing the word of God to their brothers and sisters in the country. Thank you. Otherwise, I think it's a good conversation, and we are looking forward to continue on this. Bishop, I have told you that the month of March is really packed for us. This weekend is the National Youth Convention. This weekend we have the it's called St. Paul River District Convention, which we'll be doing some ordination with deacons and deaconesses. The following week will be the National Women Convention in Salaba. Then we have Executive Council. After that, the last weekend will be the National Men Convention in Okoro. So everything is really tied up with a lot of conventions starting this week until the end of the month of March. You might not get us in area where you can have good signal, but we will try our best to remain connected to the special grace of God.
Thank you so much, Dean. It was nice having you. Definitely, when it comes to the International African Lutheran Conference, my Lutheran Connections is here. We work in collaboration with the LCL regarding this project, and we want to ensure that it comes to success. As usual, you guys are welcome. The platform is here. Just let us know we can have back. While you were speaking, in fact, my colleague Willie just indicated that it's good to bring the driving back, the name back. So we want to let you know that you can come back anytime before convention, once or twice. You know, it's up to you. Just let us know. Give us sufficient notice.
Once it's the evening hour, I'm set and ready to go at any time. You don't need permission. Just let me know when you're ready for me to go. In the evening, I'll be set to go with you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dean. It was nice having you.
I don't sleep at night, so if it's night time, you can get me because I don't sleep. I keep on working.
Okay, Dean. Thank you so much. It was nice having you. I will look forward to having you again soon. We have our colleague Abel Yawali, who is on the phone. Abel Yawali is going to do all in one, in the sense that he's going to be saying all that he has to say. So it's over to you, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much, Joe, and the team. And it's a pleasure to have Bishop and the team on the show tonight. I'm so sorry for my internet. As in next grade, a bit of especially the bearing that acting my internet and I will be fine.
Thank you so much, Brother Lewis. We want to say thank you again, as always. So, folks, we there you heard the voice of one of our the members of our team, Brother Abel Willie. He unfortunately could not be with us fully in studio due to some connectivity issues from his end in Liberia. But howbeit, we are here and we are wrapping things up. Ambassador, are you there? And Brother Joe Kite is right there. We're going to be wrapping things up. From my end, I want to wish everyone a wonderful and a blessed week. Let us all work towards the successful hosting of the International African Lutheran Conference This is an opportunity, one time, once in a lifetime opportunity for our church. And some of us, like we said, participated in the first ever conference held in Arusha, Tanzania, just overlooking the Mount Kilimanjaro. We had a wonderful time there, but I am pretty sure, very, very much sure, and I can say it, without any doubt, that the convention or the conference in Liberia is going to be one that will forever be remembered. Liberia having the historical tie with America, and the LCL having the historical tie with the ELCA. They will be descending to Liberia in November. Sorry, not November, April. But again, for more information, we encourage you to please go to the RALC 2023.org. It's www.ralc2023.org for more information, and there you can also register. Ambassador?
Well, I want to say thanks to all our viewers, and I want to say special thanks to our bishop and our dean for giving us their time to see how we can be able to talk all things Lutheran. Yep. And we thought that the pieces of information they provided, they were very relevant, they were very substantive. Mm-hmm. And I hope that we're able to use the Mayweather approach to get some of the question out of them, so that the viewers can be able to get clarity if they are seeking clarity, as well as get additional information if they needed information. This is my Lutheran Connection, the platform that discusses all things Lutheran, and we are here to stay. We are here to ensure that we get the information out there, so our brothers and sisters in the church, in Liberia, outside Liberia, can be able to know what is going on in the Lutheran church in Liberia. We are securing the facts beyond emotions. I want to say thank you very much, Brother Willie. Joe just dropped off. I think it might be technology problem. We want to say thank you so much, Brother Lewelly. We know the internet challenges in Liberia at this time, and we also did not see our sister couple. It might have been, the same issue.
The same issue, yes, yeah.
Technology issue. But we just want to thank everyone else who have been working behind the scene to ensure that this program is successful. From my end, I want to say goodbye, good night, and bye-bye to everyone.
And yes, so Ambassador, next week we hope to have the former GS to appear on the show. She has expressed her intention to join us. So hopefully next Sunday, the flyer will be coming out sometime this week once we conclude arrangements. So she will be joining us next Sunday, hopefully, the former GS in person of Mother Naomi Ford Wilson. She will be joining us next Sunday. Until then, we want to say you all God bless. Yeah, go ahead, Ambassador. You had something to say?
Yeah, thank you, Willie. That is a very good reminder, and it's something that I think she has committed herself to, and we are going to make sure that we get her on, so that she also can be able to make some clarity if the need be where necessary, and also try to see if she can also provide further information where necessary. We also want to say thanks to all other Lutherans. And then, like we said, the platform is for us Lutheran.
Yes.
So let us, once you got issue, don't wait for invitation. You can just let us know, and you can come on and we can discuss. Thank you again, Willie, for that reminder.
Thank you so much. Again, folks, have a blessed week. God bless you all.